This video will help you fill out Vertebrate Animal Form 5A. This form will be used if you are conducting your vertebrate animal research in a school, home, or field research site. If you are conducting the experiment in a regulated research institution, you will need to fill out Form 5B instead. You will be filling out the top part of the form. The middle section of your form will be filled out by the Scientific Review Committee reviewing your project. The bottom of the form will be completed by a veterinarian, a designated supervisor, a qualified scientist, or a combination of them. First, enter your name and the title of your project. Add the common name, genus, or species of the animals you will be using, such as a dog or horse. Then list the number of each type of animal you will be using. Completely describe the environment where you will be keeping your animal. This includes the cage or pen size, the number of animals per cage, and where they will stay, such as in a house or a barn, and the type of any bedding you will use. Also list the type of foods and how often you will feed and water them, how often they will be observed, and anything else that is pertinent to their well-being. Here you will write what will happen to the animals after the experiment is over. Will they be kept as pets, adopted out, given to a shelter? Animals may not be released into the wild without documented approval from authorized wildlife officials. If you need any wildlife licenses or approval forms to experiment with the animals, those documents must be attached to this form. This would typically apply to certain reptiles, falconry, and aquaculture. Make sure you understand Colorado licensing laws if you will be using non-domesticated animals. If any animals have unexpected weight loss, illness, or death caused by or during your experimentation, it must be investigated and the results documented by a letter from a qualified scientist, designated supervisor, or veterinarian. This letter should be submitted to the Scientific Review Committee prior to the competition. The middle section of the form will be filled out by the committee reviewing your project. They will determine if you need to have the bottom part completed by a veterinarian, a designated supervisor, or a qualified scientist. Please leave this section blank. If you will be giving the animals nutritional supplements or drugs, you must have this section filled out by a veterinarian before you submit your paperwork. The vet must check all 3 boxes, enter their name, email, phone number, signature, and date. If you are asking the animal to do something that it normally wouldn't do during its typical daily life, but are not providing drugs or supplements, you should have a vet check the top and bottom boxes and enter their name, email, phone number, signature, and date. If the animal is not being asked to do something out of the ordinary for them, you probably will not be required to have a vet sign this form and can leave this section blank. If the Scientific Review Committee disagrees with your assessment, you will be asked to have a vet sign this form before you can begin your experiment. If you want to be safe, you can have a vet review your project and sign the appropriate boxes. Please have this section filled out by the designated supervisor or the qualified scientist who will be supervising your study. They must check both boxes and enter their name, email, phone number, signature, and date. You have completed Vertebrate Animal Form 5A.